What's going on, guys? Shane here. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to increase your confidence for a fight. Right now, I got the Steve Fox hairstyle going on. But all jokes aside, guys, it's a serious conversation because people are still asking me. They're like, Shane, when a fight's about to go down, I just freeze up. I can't feel my legs. I'm lightheaded. I get tunnel vision. I feel like I'm going to cry. Shane, what's wrong with me? Guys, there's nothing wrong with you. Let me clue you in a little secret. When I'm about to get in a fight, I feel that way too. When Mike Tyson had his 50th fight, he felt that way too. Your opponent, who seems like this tough, fearless guy, is feeling that too. Okay, in fact, that's why he's jumping all around, screaming, ripping his shirt off, is because he's trying to scare you, for one, and he's trying to convince himself that he's not scared. Okay, that's his boost of confidence. Okay, so let me give you a couple tips that I use to keep myself calm and to stay confident before and during a fight. My first tip is make sure that you're training and enough to feel confident in being able to defend yourself. I mean, look at it this way, a quick metaphor. Imagine that you have to give a speech in front of 1,000 people on neuroscience, something that you know nothing about. Are you going to feel comfortable? Are you going to feel confident? No, you're going to be nervous as hell. You're going to be standing up there like shaking. You're going to be like, I have no idea what to say. Now imagine that you've never thrown a punch before in your life, and now you got to fight this big guy in front of you. It's going to be the same exact thing. You're going to be shaking. You're going to be like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to throw a punch. But if you train a lot, if you train your body and your mind to know how to fight, to know how to punch and block and slip and move and defend and take down and avoid takedowns, you'll be ready. You'll be ready for the fight at hand. Okay. All right. So look at it this way: a dog. When a dog sees a threat happening in front of it, a potential threat, it does one of two things: it growls and bites at it, or it turns and runs away from it. Okay. This is what we call the fight or flight response. And we're animals. We're mammals. You and I are both mammals. And that means we're animals too. So our body does the exact same thing, okay? Pumps out this adrenaline into our body that allows us to do one of two things. It optimizes us to be able to turn and run and escape the threat, or it pumps us up and gets us ready to fight off the threat, to erase it, to get it to make it no longer a threat in front of us. Our body now isn't able to, do math calculations in our head. We're not able to remember what we did an hour before. It just shuts all of that down, and it gets us ready for what it really needs. It truly needs to either get away or to fight. Okay, so if you train your body enough, if you hit the gym enough, if you work out and shadowbox and hit the heavy bag and hit mitts and spar enough, you don't think anymore. It just happens. Your body just instinctually knows how to throw these things. It knows how to dodge punches. You become mechanical. Okay, so you have to train often enough that your body is one with fighting. Okay, just like walking, just like driving a car, just like talking. Okay, so that's my first point. The second is breathing. Make sure you're breathing. Okay, they talk about breathing in through your nose, exhaling through your mouth, but they also talk about bringing the oxygen into your diaphragm. So you're not exhaling and bringing it into your chest and puffing your chest out. In fact, you're bringing it lower, so your abs should come out. It's like your upper abs is where your diaphragm is. Now, there's a complicated reason why it calms you down, but think of it this way: try to hold your breath. Better yet, imagine exhaling, getting all of the oxygen out of your lungs, and then holding your breath. Right? It's a scary feeling to feel that. In fact, when I did that just now, I felt tension in my throat, in my chest, and I felt my skin crawling on my back of my neck and in my shoulders. And that's the kind of feelings you're going to feel right before a fight or as a fight's happening, because you're not sitting there in front of your opponent going like this. Right? When you see someone about to fight, or when you fight, you're probably like, right? That where they're swallowing and they're trying to catch their breath and they're trying to exhale, but they're not bringing enough oxygen in or letting enough out, and they're just panicking. And you see this when someone's crying, when someone's hysterically upset. It's because, and you hear people, they're like, just breathe, because that is what's going to calm you down. So this is another thing that you need to practice on your own at home. Now, you're not going to be able to do it in the middle of a conversation, because you're not going to remember. You're like, did Shane say bring it into the chest or the stomach? I can't remember. So to practice, put your hands on your stomach, lay down if you have to, and just bring in like 10 deep breaths, letting it out, bring it in through the nose. All right, and bring it just as much as you can into your stomach, into that diaphragm. And you'll feel yourself, you'll feel calm. That'll instantly calm you down. The third is one that I personally like to do and teach others when it's their first time sparring. Okay, if I have a new fighter and it's first time sparring, they're nervous, that's normal. Again, I'll explain that to them, but I'll say, see that guy across the ring? Imagine that's your little brother, your little sister, your little cousin. All right, someone who's 3 feet tall, someone who you could never imagine hurting you, let alone beating you in a fight. Now, I know this could get dangerous because you can get overconfident, but I say this a lot. Respect is one thing, but never fear your opponent. I'm going to say that again. Respect is one thing, but never fear your opponent. Once you start to fear someone, then they have the upper hand, okay? You lose your confidence, you lose your ability to defend yourself and to win, okay? So never fear anyone. Respect their abilities, their capabilities, and what they could potentially harm you with, but never fear them. That's what I like to do. I like to imagine someone who would never hurt me. So this way, if I do get hit with a punch, my first thought isn't, oh my God, that hurt. If I get hit again, I might get knocked out. No, instead I think, they just hit me. Oh, they're going to pay for that. Now I'm like, I'm ready. I'm ready to work and to go harder, okay, to make up for that. So that's the mentality you got to have. And then there's other things. They're just the basic three that probably are going to help you most. But comment below. Let me know if you think this video is going to help you, if you think these techniques are going to help you. And share this video, too, with someone who might have a fight coming up or, had a fight and they just were so nervous they couldn't even punch. So even if you just post it on their Twitter or on their Facebook wall or something like that, share this video. I really want to help people out with it because, like I said, I get this question asked a lot. So these are what helps me. All right, guys, I'll see you soon. I'm Shane, Fight Tips.